Welcome everyone to 14 Minutes of Fame with Missy Henkel. Holy cow, I nearly forgot what it was. 14 Minutes of Fame with Missy Henkel. Today we have the wonderful Renae Johnson from from Soul Sanctuary Retreats and down the, what is it?
Central Coast.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah, yep. Central Coast. So this is in Australia. The Central Coast is between Newcastle and Sydney, so there's a highway there, and she lives in that area just there for those all over the world trying to work out where that is. And I know Renae from Women in Business Connect. So for me, it's an online group, and it's through a Facebook group, and catch up once a month and a networking meeting there. But technically, it's a bunch of face-to-face women who live down there. I just happen to be 1,200 kilometres away, 800 miles in the American term, and but we've been networking together like for 4 years.
Yep.
And we were both nominated for awards, so finalists in the awards for Women at Business Connect, their annual awards ceremony. I got to drive down 1,200 kilometres and I got to see everybody live, which was very exciting. We had lunch beforehand, which was neat. And then we had the awards night. Now, tell me, Renae, did you win?
I won Networker of the Year.
Nice. So forever I can call you Ryan Gosling.
Oh, look, I think I just like to talk a lot and hang out with everyone. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. But the reason I'm calling you Ryan Gosling and I'll be Ryan Reynolds is because Ryan Gosling won over Ryan Reynolds 1 year. Although I have to say, Ryan kind of stole the show with Andrew Garfield because they turned around and had a nice little kiss after the fact. To be like a funny joke. And anyhow, there's a whole video on that. I'll have to find it. But there's a whole video on that. But ultimately, Ryan Reynolds tends not to win awards, although he gets nominated. But Ryan Gosling does. Right. So you can be Ryan Gosling, I'll be Ryan Reynolds, and you know, it all works out fine. Exactly. So tell us, Soul Sanctuary Retreat, what is that and how did that come about?
I started Soul Sanctuary Retreats in January 2019. I had the opportunity to go to a facilitator's course and learn about putting retreats together. I don't have a background in being a travel agent or, you know, a diploma or a degree or anything like that. I just love to travel, and I love writing itineraries and researching adventures with my family. So it was probably about 12 years ago we started our overseas adventures through Asia, and it just built year by year and bigger holidays and longer holidays. And I thought, how can I do this and get free holidays? So it was about 6 years ago I had this opportunity to go and learn how to put something together. And ever since then, it's just been getting bigger and better, and it's just lots of fun.
That's really exciting. So with the holidays that you help with, is it you take people away on these holidays, or?
Yeah. So I'm the host of the tours. It's for women only. I do them here in New South Wales, just for weekends, and that came about after you know, starting a business 12 months before COVID hit.
Yeah.
So the idea of international travel had to be pivoted pretty quickly into what am I going to do now? So I started just doing all these little weekend trips, just in a radius of sort of 4 hours from the Central Coast. So I was taking groups of 10 women out to Tamworth, up to Bellingen, Mudgee, Blue Mountains. And ever since then, I'm just adding on, you know, new tours every year.
Nice.
So the weekend tours started with the whole COVID business. And I got back into international travel after that. So just hosting women's groups and ladies that may not feel comfortable going overseas to Asia by themselves, or husbands and partners aren't interested. So I'm just like, I'll take you over there.
Yeah, okay. Do you get a couple of oldies that go? Maybe their husbands passed away because they've just lived longer, because girls tend to do that.
Everyone from being single, divorced, widowed, never married, ages. The youngest I've had is she's 22, and the eldest I think is early 70s.
Yeah, right.
So the average age, I would say, is 40 to 70.
Yeah, okay. And when you take them away, because if it's a lot of singles doing it, is the pricing done in regards to the single supplement travel thing?
It's a
That makes it easier though. You know, like my mum doesn't have my dad to travel with anymore.
Yep.
And she has worked out that the single supplement is like, oh wow, it's like having two people. So I could either take someone or she'd just need to go. And she's just learned to suck it up. You know, it's nothing to be concerned about. It just, you either want to go or you don't want to go. That's the price.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to work out. Well, if I know what the single supplement is, that's the price, right?
There's different countries will, in Bali, for instance, the price between a twin share and a single isn't that much. It's really it's worth just paying that extra $500 for the week and going single. But some other countries, if you've got a friend who doesn't snore or sleepwalk or whatever, go twin share. It's a great price twin share.
Yeah. My mum said that about a year ago. She was living down at Bateman's Bay.
Yep.
Little sister was at Broken Hill. Then my little sister ended up down at Mildura. They got, her and hubby got jobs down at Mildura. Mum went back across town because my mum had lived next door to my little sister since before she'd had babies. And so my nephews now are like 9 years old. And so then after dad passed away, she went and moved, 16 hours away to live near her sister. And so she was there for about 4 months, and my sister ended up moving to Mildura. Mum went back to look after the boys or help with the boys while, Shannon was moving into their place. Mum then realised how much she missed the boys and said, I'm selling in Bateman's Bay and moving here. And, and she really likes it. So she had said to me, though, Missy, I pay this single supplement, which is as good as paying for two. So you're going to have to be my travel buddy. You can cope with me snoring, and you won't mind because you can just sleep. So you won't mind. I've gone wherever you want to go, Mum. She said, I'm thinking Hawaii. I'm thinking these things. No problems at all. And my mum had a neck injury years ago. So I'm like, cool, I can carry a suitcase. She likes to have a wine every now and then if she wants to go on a cruise. Was it the wine? Was it the cupcake she wasn't supposed to eat, the sugar she wasn't supposed to eat? Or was it just the fact that the boat moved? Why is she on the floor now? I could just pick her up and put her in bed. So, this is how I see it going. This is a pretty cool gig. And so I say to, my boys, and Jack is 14, right? So I said, Nan said that I have to be her travel buddy. And, if she wants to go to Hawaii, they never got on a cruise around Hawaii, her and dad, so her granddad. So, I'm going to be a travel buddy. Jack says, I can be a travel buddy. And I said, well, you've got to be prepared to sleep in a room that she's in where she snores. He goes, I can do it. Got to carry suitcases. Yeah, I can do that. She passes out from, eating, a whole cupcake instead of half one. You've got to, get in the room. Yeah, I can do that. So he's like, I'll be a travel buddy. And then she moves to Mildura, becomes friends with all these ladies down there. And all of a sudden she's calling saying, oh, Missy, I'm going on this trip and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. The ladies go out and they go on these trips, and she really hasn't done that in 10 years from the small towns that she's been in. But this one, Mildura, she loves. So I've gone, I just think I missed my travel opportunity. Didn't even start. But I do like that, like these girls, mum and her girls, like they all go off together. And they not only just go off on a trip, and I do like the fact that there are all these women that, for whatever reason, either they don't have their husbands anymore or their husbands have gone, I want to do that. You girls go and, have a giggle together. But they actually, where they live in Mildura, it's not easy to get to an airport to end up where they need to go. So they go on like this 3-hour drive to go, well, where's a cool hotel to stop at for, like, could catch a train for the next section and we'll find out where do we stop there. So they do these like mini checks where they go, we'll just drive away for a few hours and think, is this a good place? We'll have dinner there, we'll stay the night. We've already tested out our company together and they plan trips, but I can see how yours is really great for those who just go, I don't have anyone to go with.
Mm.
I want to see these things, or even my friends don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And don't want to go by myself. I can
And,
see
and
how I
also, yeah. And also the ladies that are still working full-time or part-time, they don't have time to, you know, put an itinerary together for 8 days in a country they haven't been to before. And so yeah, there's definitely lots of different reasons why you come on one of my trips.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I don't like about traveling. I love travel agents, so someone who can plan the whole thing. I don't like getting on Google and doing that myself. Now, my little sister's all over this, right? But she does it every day, so she knows every single thing and where there's a 5 cents off here and 5 cents there. I just look at it and just go, forget it. That's the price. And then someone will go, you know what you could have done? I don't want to know. The hours it takes to look this stuff up.
Yeah.
And then you end up in one of two spaces, right? And I teach this in sales, right? If you give a customer too many choices, I teach one in sales, particularly network marketing. If you give a customer too many choices, they're going to run into overwhelm is going to come into play, but it's going to fall into one of two spaces. Either overwhelm equals fear. Oh my God, there's so many choices. What if I pick the wrong one? So now they can't make a decision. Or overwhelmed to bright and shiny syndrome. So excitement, bright and shiny syndrome. Oh my God, there's so many choices. Oh my God, which one do I pick? I don't want to pick the wrong one. So they're still worried about the same thing. Like their concern is the same thing. It just comes down to if it's fear or excitement that's causing them to just basically not move on the whole thing. When I was 20, I wanted to go to England. And all I had, and I deliberately decided to book a Kentucky tour because I couldn't be bothered waiting for anyone that I knew to pull their finger out and say, yeah, all right, I'll come with you. So I just talked about it for a year and said, this is what I'm doing, just continue to save, and just thought when the time was up, I'm just going to book that trip and go. But I figure on a Kentucky tour, it's that whole, the tour is already set. All I have to do is carry my bag and get on the bus, meet someone along the way. They know where we're eating. I don't have to worry about it. They know where we're stopping to sleep. I don't have to worry about it. I mean, in this instance, I think, yeah, I twin shared, so I would have doubled up with a stranger. Big deal. You just learn to meet people.
Yep.
But if you don't want to, you just pay the extra supplement and get your own room. And what's the big deal, you know? So it comes down to how you do it. But you get to meet people. And I have to say, having the tour where you're not by yourself and you've got these great stories to talk to, I would bet that people who go on those trips with you end up becoming like friends to you, but then get to meet other people and travel buddies.
Look, the best story I have is I had a group that came out to Mudgee, I think it was 2 years ago, I don't think it was last year, and never met each other. And this is only a 2-night, 3-day trip. By that second day, the two of them had spoken about Borneo and went and booked a trip deal together. And they've just come back from there now. So never knew each other, met on this, you know, one of my tours out at Mudgee, drinking wine and, you know, cooking classes and everything. And next thing, they've signed up to share a room and go travel. So it's awesome. I love those stories. And just yeah, you know, we all try and catch up at some stage, whether it's another tour or a dinner out, or it's just a fun way to meet people, and
absolutely
in a fun way.
Yeah, absolutely. So our 14 minutes of fame is up, but we'll have to get on it another time, and we'll have to talk about Italy. So there's a girl who used to come out that I met a year or two ago, and her name is Chiara Barbera, and she's an Italian lass. So lives in, like an Italian Australian, lives in Australia, but I think at the moment she's still over in Italy. All the family's over in Italy. She has this fantastic website called Experience Assaggio, and she gets grandmothers, so Italian nonnas, and she gets in videos with them, and she says, right, show us how to make, you know, spaghetti and meatballs. And then they're there together cooking in the kitchen, and you learn how to do this, right? But then, so she's gone over and she's got this bigger plan of it's the traditions, it's the original Italian traditions. When they're gone, they're gone. So
Mhm.
she wants the grandparents to be teaching everybody else. So now she does stuff over there, but you would be great to meet her, because then you could grab the tour and take them over, and then you end up at the making olive oil and making wine, and like, she knows all the little places.
Yeah,
You
perfect.
do all of that and you will love her. Like, so
Sounds
we'll have to
cool.
get on and do one and see if we can get her on at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
We can
that'd be
talk
awesome.
Italy. Imagine those trips where you get to
Uh-huh.
Italy, like heaps of fun. She'll tell you the times of years and branch out even more. Well, that's
Definitely.
exciting. Thank you so much for being on 14
Fantastic.
Minutes of Fame. It's great catching up with you again.
Thank you.
I'll see you around, and yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.